Alright guys, before today's video starts, please go down and subscribe. Alright, so you see it, there's a lot of new shiny parts on there and a lot of things that probably tell you that it runs, it drives, in a way. We put it in gear, it moves the tires, that's all good. Tomorrow, we'll check over the brake system. I had a lot of fun changing out fuel lines in the front, in the back, tuning with the distributor, the carburetors, bunch of stuff. I had a lot of fun, but let's just get right to the part where it's running. So now you see, it does run. There's a lot of little nitpicky things we got left on this. Starting off with the radiator is leaking right here in the middle around that section. I got to touch up, paint a couple things, add a couple mechanical gauges to this because the old gauges don't all work perfectly anymore and they're a little crusty and nasty, but the rest of the car is decent. We cleaned it up a lot since what it was once, at least in that barn. Fuel tank works, voltage gauge works. We know we have plenty of oil pressure. Those are the only three things we really need besides that and like water temp. This has a 160 stat in it. It has a big fan. It's going to get a 3-core aluminum radiator, well, triple pass aluminum radiator. So it won't have any problem with heating issues as well. But the car does run, it idles, it does everything it should, basically. Like I said, tomorrow we will double check the brakes and hopefully we'll be backing this car out of the shop and it will run and move on its own power for the first time in over around 30 years, basically. Since the car has been sitting since the 90s. As you guys know, this is a big step. This is my grandpa's car. Hopefully one day I'll get it. And obviously all this work I put in will all come back to me. If you also notice, I did cut the hood out. This is a twin turbo hood, is what it's called, I guess. Go down in the comments, you guys can tell me if that's true or not. But the two holes had like two big pieces of fiberglass that like shut off all the air. So if you want, airflow under the hood to get to your carburetors, you have to open the holes. So I thought, why not do it? And I'll show you guys how it looks when it's down. So this is how it looks when it's down. Obviously you can see the air will go straight in this hole and then you can kind of work your way or do some vents or some deal to go in there and go to your carburetors if you want to do it that way or whatever way you please. Now these holes aren't perfectly cut. Obviously they were done with, whatever I had here, a little Dremel, a little grinder, and just whatever I could do to make it work. But they look good, and once this car goes to the body shop, everything will be spick, spam, and perfect looking. We're going to need a new front bumper for this car. I am most likely going to prep the body here and primer it here, and then we will send it off to get its final color, which will most likely be this blue again. We do like this color a lot. We will finish off the kit, basically. So we'll just get the new front bumper. It has obviously new side skirts, the aftermarket hood. And it's supposed to have some panels that go back here to make the car like a ground effect back here, around the arch and then up the back side of the bumper. But that'll all be done in time. We're just happy to get the car running and moving through the gears. And it's not really much more to say. I'm just happy as hell. This is my first little small block I built, and it turned out pretty fucking amazing in my opinion. It sounds rowdy as a motherfucker. Like, I know small blocks sound good, stuff like that. Gotta use you guys real quick. Lock the hood in place. It's a cool little feature. But yeah, these things sound really good. Small block Chevys, big blocks, whatever. They all sound really good with a cam. Especially this one being open header right now and not having any of the factory exhaust hooked up yet, which will happen tomorrow when the gaskets come to connect the long tube headers back to our factory. I forget what these are, mufflers, like turbo mufflers or something like that. But, and obviously we'll clean the car up and take it outside, give it a proper bath. If I could, I would try and save this paint, but it's just too far gone. As you can see in some spots, it would just not be worth it So you try and save the paint and then have to go back and repaint certain parts of the body, you'd be able to tell no matter what. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little clip video. Just putting it out there. We got the car running again. It does move basically. Tomorrow we'll get the brakes done and hopefully be backing this thing out. So go down, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.